What up, bosses? MBR bringing a short little Paragon video today on why the OP buff is so goddamn OP. Would you believe it that OP stands for motherfucking OP? This buff is like no other buff. Forget about your League of Legends buffs or whatever. You know, Dota, I don't even know what the buff is in that, but forget about it. This buff is crazy as hell and it just wrecks games. It's important that you know, if you're a Paragon player, that you want to be secure in this buff. If you get a wipe on the team, a couple of the enemy team members are dead, get this buff because it's just game changing. There's so many games that I've played on this where you're standing in the mid lane trying to push, maybe you've killed two people, but they've got some right wave clear, and the turret radius on this is a lot bigger, so if you compare it to League, and it's very easy, and the turret does massive amounts of damage to you, and it always constantly goes on you, and you just generally get you ended up pushing mid, and then you die, and the enemy team then starts taking advantage. But what you want to do is the enemy team, so at the moment 3 of the enemy team members are dead, I'm like, dude, let's just goddamn attack this goddamn buff. So we're attacking all prime. He's not finished at the moment. I say it's alpha content. I kind of like the look how he looks like this anyway, but it'd be cool to see what comes out of it. So I'm playing Feng Mao at the moment. Really cool, pretty fair, 4-1. We're looking good. So we're attacking this, but the 2 enemy team members actually come over with the all prime. I'm not sure what his actual name is. We'll just call him Mr. OP. Yeah, Mr. OP over here, dropping really low. I decided to keep on him. I actually pick up the buff, so he drops one little orb down, and it's not a team buff at all. It's just for one person. So I've actually cut the video here because if you recall, you drop the buff. I didn't want anyone on my team to have it. We didn't have anyone tanky enough to have it. Other than I'm not really tanky, but I'm the only one who kind of knew what to do with it. So if you recall, you do drop the buff. So you have to remember that, and it's a good thing if you pick it up by accident like I did the first time I played and everyone was like, goddamn noob, you can actually drop it and let someone else take it. So when you have this buff, you have to run it all the way up to the left hand side of the map. You will be able to see on the mini-map there's like a flashing kind of like ping. If you go there and you have to drop it in. This was the first time I actually ever picked up the buff. I've been on teams when we've got the buff, but I thought you had to drop it in the circle here. What you have to actually do is run up these stairs right here and you drop it off in here. Easy as that. And with Feng Mao, a cool thing you could do is you could actually teleport. So we realized that 2 of their enemy team were actually around bottom and middle, so we were like, we're going for it. I went in there, made a big play, got my ultimate off and destroyed Sparrow really quickly then, which was nice. Steel was still left and we were able to back, and Twin Blast was able to put some big damage down. Now we have the OP buff. You're about to see when I jump onto Twin Blast how quickly he dies. Yeah, see you later, mate. That is why this is the OP buff. And so at the moment, with it being a preset deck that I'm using, the buff I get gives me, I think, like 77 bonus physical damage, then something like 100% additional stats, and also I do additional damage to turrets. You see how quick that turret dies, how quickly Steel dies. It's just OP, so it's better, instead of trying to shove mid when you get a few kills, to go take the OP buff. Like, so you do, so in case you don't get the buff, you have to actually drop it off in that circle, so you can fight for the enemy team then could actually kill you and get it, and then trying to drop it off in yours. It's a cool element, but you'll see how quickly, it's just goddamn OP. There is no ifs and buts. It's why you have to take it. Watch Twin Blast right here take on 2 of the enemy team on his own. He's gonna come. He's gonna do it. Come on. Why we? That was so there's the Warlock. That's the buff I actually have at the moment. So look at Twin Blast here. He pops his ultimate in there, and I'm gonna come help you, man. And he just wrecks them without me even having to do anything. And that is the OP buff. And he wasn't even all that dead. And you can see how quickly we take the inhib down. Whilst, or the actual core down, sorry. Whilst if you'd be playing without the buff, it's just really impossible to push if there's enemy team members up, because the radius of the turrets is so big, you're generally going to get it procced on you. You take a lot of unnecessary damage, and it hurts. But that is the OP buff there, and it's why you bosses need to take the goddamn OP buff. Anyway, OP buff. Go do it now. Hope boss enjoy. More Paragon content on the way. If there's any kind of Paragon video you'd like to see, let me know. Peace.